I find that if I like work out at like 11 or 12, my brain is just fucking going. And so I start getting ideas. It helps me visualize like my goals. So I'm like literally doing burpees at my fucking house.
Yeah.
And I'm like visualizing what I'm accomplishing in life.
A couple things I wanted to also cover, man. I know you obviously believe like obviously making money, the business comes first, but I know you take your health and your wellness super seriously, especially now. So a question for you, like how do you actually balance and manage all of those things?
Yeah, I think as an entrepreneur, it's easy to get out of balance with different things in your life, whether it's, you know, you're so focused on making the money that your health tanks or that like your relationship tanks. And like, look, you can't be a jack of all trades. Like there's been times in my life where I'm like so fucking focused on the business that I like at my social life tanks. But then I'm like, okay, need to reel that back in a little bit, right?
Yeah.
But to be honest with you, like when I was first building my business, like for the first few years, my health was terrible. Like I was eating Chick-fil-A and like In-N-Out and like smoking and drinking and like, because dude, I was fucking failing. Like, you know, I was like, I was so like trying so hard and like failing so bad that I was like trying to like, I would like wake up and I would like work all day with no return at all. And like by that time I'm like broke. I'm like, what can I have no money. What can I afford? I'm like, In-N-Out is like $9. I go get In-N-Out, like, you know, and I lived very unhealthy when I was, you know, in my earlier entrepreneurial journey. Right. And I would not recommend that because again, like if you can't control, you know, your routine and your discipline and like what you put in your mouth, it directly affects everything else. And so now my routine is a lot different. I usually try to exercise or do something physical at least twice a day. And like, that might be too much for a lot of people, but if you lift weights, I have found if you lift weights, you know, every single day or do something physical every single day, I don't know what it is, but your mind operates differently. You are more productive actually, rather than you're like, okay, I'm wasting time lifting weights every day. I could be working.
Yeah.
Wrong. Like, even though it does make sense from like a time perspective, it's wrong.
Yeah.
Because if you don't put in that time in the weight room or doing something physical, you actually get less output in your business.
Yeah.
Right. And so my daily routine now is like, I stay up pretty late. Sometimes I stay up till like 1 or 2, 3 a.m.
Yeah.
Because I'm like doing business or catching up on shit. And so I usually wake up around 8 or 9, go straight to, I drink one of these. So I drink water in the morning. And then I drink, quad espresso, and a quad espresso,
Crazy
and then I follow that up with 2 or 3 Celsius throughout the day, which is not the most healthy of things, but like I find that I'm very productive when I'm caffeinated, and that's just me. And I know that it's not like I should probably do less caffeine, but I don't eat until about 1 or 2 p.m. And
fast.
So yeah, I usually fast in the morning, and like that's what I have found that makes me very, very productive because I'm not like digesting a bunch of food.
Yeah.
I'm like very caffeinated. I also take nicotine gum. And so like in the morning, like 9 a.m. or so, I'm getting to work. I don't shower. Like I just get straight to it. Like I look at my goals. I read my entire, you know, statement of what I'm trying to achieve. And then I literally get straight.
You do that every morning.
Every morning. And then I get into productive work. Unless there's some sort of fire that I need to put out. Like if there's some sort of business critical shit, then I take care of it immediately. But I usually try to get in like 1 or 2 hours, like until about lunchtime, of straight solid production on the goal that I'm going towards, right? Unless, again, there's some sort of business critical shit, which honestly happens more than I would like. Is like some fucking things going wrong. There's like some fire that I have to put out, and I'll put it out. And then I know that my production is pretty limited.
Yeah.
And then around 12, I start taking meetings until 3 or 4. And so I don't like to pack my meetings in every single day, but I usually have to I have a team that I run. I have suppliers, I have lawyers, I have lots of people, accountants, I have lots of people, consultants, you can name them. I could keep going, but like I have lots of people, hundreds of people that I deal with, not necessarily that work in my business, but that like work on my company.
Yeah.
That I have to deal with every single week. And so 12 to like 3 or so on like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, sometimes even Thursday, I have calls. And those are like, what do we need to fix? Like, what are we doing? What are the goals? Like, what support do you need from me? You know, just production with regards to the team. So I take the first few hours of my day and that's straight. I don't talk to anybody.
Mhm.
I'm not fucking with you. I am working on what I need to accomplish for
Mhm.
hours. And I find that those three or so hours in the morning are the most productive that I could ever be. If I ran this experiment, I also was taking calls from like 9 a.m. to 12. And I found that when I'm taking calls from other people, my whole day's ruined. So
Why?
because I don't know what it is, but that's just kind of how my my creativity and my willpower is very sharp in the mornings and late at night. But usually from like 8 or 9 in the morning until like 12, I'm sharp as a tack personally. When I get on the call with you, I'm giving you my energy. It's draining me. So if I try to accomplish my most important
Mhm.
needle pushing things in the morning, if I
Mhm.
push that to the afternoon,
Mhm.
my willpower's gone and my
Yeah.
creativity is zapped and it just sucks.
Right.
And so then shit doesn't get done. So I have literally pushed all my calls to the afternoon where I'm already taking care of a lot of shit. And I'm just on there. I'm like, yeah, boom, 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 whatever. And so that's basically my typical day. And then around lunchtime, if I don't have a call, I usually try to put in a workout in that time frame. If I'm stacked with shit, I usually bump that workout to like 3 or 4.
Yeah.
But I usually like to get it done around like noon. Sometimes even at like 11 in the morning if I can. It doesn't usually work
Dude,
out
when we're
like
at
that.
Dan's, we work out at like 1 a.m.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I find that if I like work out at like 11 or 12, my brain is just fucking going. It just I don't know what it is, dude. But it's like when you get that blood
Yeah.
pumping, it goes to the brain. And so I start getting ideas. I start like it helps me visualize like my goals. So I'm like literally doing burpees at my fucking house.
Yeah.
And I'm like visualizing what I'm accomplishing in life. And so I don't know what it is, but when I start fucking banging out like burpees and like hard shit,
Mhm.
I start becoming him. Like I start becoming that person that I know that I'm, trying to build.
Yeah.
Right. And so that's basically my daily routine. And then I'll even follow that up with either, weights in the evening, like at night, like 9 or 10 p.m. weights, or like I'll go on, like I'll walk the dog or some sort of physical activity. I like to do weights, but I'll sometimes also put the weights at like in the middle of the day too.
Yeah.
But what has really been a game changer for me is like burpees. And that's because you're fucking straight winded.
Yeah.
You're winded, and like not the gay burpees where you jump up and down. Like that's gay. I'm talking about like Wes Watson style burpees.
Yeah.
Prison style burpees.
Yeah.
And so I'll usually try to do a combination of burpees, about 400 combinations.
Yeah.
Not total burpees. Like what I mean by combination is like, if you look up like burpees, there's like one where you, I forget what they're called. They're like frogman burpees or some shit. I forget. But there's like 3 push-ups in one burpee. That counts as 3, not 1. Right. And so I do like a combination of basically 400 push-ups, but that are a burpee variation.
Mhm.
And it fucking sucks. I don't like it. I don't enjoy it.
Yeah.
But 10 minutes in or so, I start getting brain blasts. I start having ideas. I start like, I'm like, holy shit. Like, and then once I get through that workout and it fucking sucks, then I feel a sense of accomplishment as well. So I'm like, dude, I do this every single day. And like, I was even keeping like a journal where I would write down every single fucking burpee that I did. Dude, I had like literally a legal pad, like a yellow legal pad with just like with tallies just for days, dude. Like I literally had like 5 pages of tallies where I'm like, dude, I did like literally 50,000 burpees in like 2 months. Right.
Damn.
And so when you stack all of those things on and you like look at that, you're like, damn, like I'm a stud, and you think that, and you might like throw that to the wayside, but like all of those times that I'm doing that and all those wins that I get, I stack that up into one big win. And so all these micro wins throughout the day or throughout, the week, they all stack on top of each other. And that helps you win in the grand scheme of things because you know that you're a winner.
Because
you're not a loser.
The fitness stuff is just for the fitness stuff. Like, no, it's for everything else.
No, it's the mindset.
Dude, like on the flip side of it, like tell me if you ever see this. Like, I genuinely think like when you're overweight, like you're dumber. Like you are less rational. You make worse decisions. You're a worse version of yourself, not just in your fitness, but in everything else.
I don't know if you believe in God, but do you think God is looking down on you and you're fat and you're fucking on the couch and you're jacking off every day to pornography? Do you think fucking God is looking down on you and is proud of you? Like, Do you think anyone is proud of you? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, no, dude. And do you think, does that mean if they're not proud of you, if God's not proud of you, do you think you're proud of you? Do you think that you can draw upon infinite intelligence, God, whatever it is that you believe? Do you think that you can draw that energy in when you're in that state? You're fat, out of shape, loser? No. And so when you fix that problem, bro, a whole new universe opens up to you.
Mhm.
No joke. And I've experienced this, like,
Yeah.
no joke. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but like, there is this intangible force that's not seen that you can draw upon.
Yeah.
Like, it's divine inspiration, however you call it, divine thought, there's this infinite storehouse of energy that you can literally
Mhm.
pull on. And so when you get in that state, like, so for me, it's like I do fucking 100 burpees and I'm like, I know I'm like looking at my like goals and I'm like thinking
Mhm.
about who I'm going to become. I start getting ideas. They start popping into my head. It's like, do this, do that. You can do this. I'm like, oh shit. And I'm like writing this shit down. Like, what? Like, I'm like super winded. I'm like, I gotta do this, you know? And like, compare that to like the state of like what you were just describing, like out of shape, like doesn't do shit, doesn't ever change their state. Like the whole thing about fitness is not only do you feel good about yourself and that you're winning and that you have standards, but you also change your state. So you go from that lethargic, procrastination state to the action. You're now you have taken action on something, and now your heart rate is up, your breathing is up. You have changed your state, and that affects the whole rest of your life.